Good afternoon and welcome to the Software Engineering Institute's webinar series. My name is Shane McGraw and I'd like to thank you all for attending today's webinar. Our webinar series presentation today is Critical Lessons Learned in Content and Delivery of Six Sigma Training by Dave Zubro and Robert Stoddard.
Welcome, thank you. Today's talk is a topic near and dear to my heart and Dave Zubro's heart. We're involved with a lot of training and coaching in measurement, analysis, modeling, and high maturity. And so we're going to talk quickly, an introduction on the subject today of the lessons learned. Quickly about the Six Sigma Training Challenge as we view it. A quick snippet of the history of Six Sigma training in industry. And then we'll dive into a number of lessons learned in both the design and content of training, as well as the implementation and delivery of Six Sigma training. We'll briefly talk at the very end about several SEI courses that we have to offer that relate to Six Sigma Toolkit. And then we'll entertain questions at the end. How do I get rid of this?
Right arrow, right up there.
Just one second.
Yes. There you go.
Okay. So as an introduction, coming out of industry and then working at the SEI, there's a lot of challenge in identifying sources for Six Sigma training. Six Sigma is not a centralized topic governed by any institute or organization. And so a wide variety of sources with a wide degree of variation in Six Sigma training is available. And deployment leaders and champions in organizations must sort their way through all of these different offerings and decide what's best for their environment and for their organizational needs. Go down.
Let's do manual. Yeah. We'll do manual.
Additional confusion arises due to different philosophies on how to best train practitioners and domain experts in the applied Six Sigma methods. Anyway, from the Six Sigma Training Challenge, there are a lot of critical lessons learned in the past 8 to 10 years in both the content and the delivery of Six Sigma training. And we have seen that through both our research and in experiences in doing client support and coaching in Six Sigma related methods. The challenge is the successful adoption and usage of Six Sigma for tactical process improvement versus a failed investment in Six Sigma training that leads to undesirable outcomes in terms of it not being used and not producing the business results that we want to see in today's fast-paced business environment. If we talk a little bit about the history of Six Sigma training to set the perspective, and this is a very simple narration of the history as I've seen it from several corporations and then at the SEI. I would say that in the 1980s, Six Sigma training was traditionally focused on statistical topics, primarily oriented to manufacturing personnel, and had an overly focused and emphasis on manufacturing scorecards. In the 1990s, there was generally a shift to more tools being involved in the training, commercial off-the-shelf tools, and a focus that went beyond scorecards and actually implemented notions of improvement methodologies such as the DMAIC methodology that most people hear about today. In the early 2000s, I believe that there was a definite shift to the non-manufacturing domains, a focus on new product development, design development, and actually even the transaction and service arenas. And actually that's even where you saw the integration and combined use of Lean and Six Sigma. And in the late 2000s, the training shift was noticeable in terms of moving more towards applied statistical training with modern tools to a wide variety of domains, and a special emphasis on enlisting domain experts from throughout your organization to apply these methods And so it was a definite shift away from training a small core set of experts or statisticians and expanding it to coverage across all functions of an organization or corporation. So the purpose of today's talk is to go into a little bit of detail about the lessons learned in the Six Sigma training content and delivery. And I would add that a number of these lessons learned have been around and printed in different forums as many as 8 years ago. And so the surprising thing is that a number of service providers of training have not picked up on some of these lessons learned, even though they've been around for 8 years. And so that can result in inferior training and improper use of Six Sigma methods and tools. And that's been noticeable in a number of companies that are still having like false starts and disappointing business results.